go.
Wir sind
Ja.
beim Spergelhof. Wir gehören zu Wandlitz, aber sind 2 Kilometer von allen Zivilisationen entfernt. Eine Nische hier im Wald. Wir haben 2,5 Hektar Land. Also das Gemüse bewirtschaftet 1 Hektar. Pi mal Daumen. Wir machen das hier seit 2013, 14. Das ist die 7. Saison. Und inzwischen beliefern wir 95 Ernteanteile. Ein paar hier sind für die Leute, 10 Leute, 10 Ernteanteile bleiben hier, für Leute, die hier wohnen. Und fast alle anderen gehen nach Berlin. Da haben wir 5, 6 Abholstationen. Genau, nächstes Jahr werden wir ein bisschen größer werden, aber es bleibt in der großen Ordnung. 100, 120. Wir arbeiten zu 5 hier. 2 Azubis, 2 FÖJler und ich als Gärtner. Noch.
Und ihr habt eine ganzjährige Versorgung?
Wir haben eine ganzjährige Versorgung, die in der Vergangenheit vielleicht ein bisschen so im Mai, Juni immer gewackelt ist. Aber im Winter war immer stabil. Sommer sowieso, Herbst noch besser. Und letztes Jahr, beziehungsweise dieses Jahr, war der Frühling auch gut durch die Kompostbeete. Ganz eindeutig. Da kam Ertrag ohne Ende. Und früher und mehr und bessere Qualität als sonst. Ansonsten hatten wir auf das Bild Gewächshäuser, super. Und sobald die erste Kultur auf Freiland dran waren, hat es gewackelt. Und das heißt ja ganzjährig gut seit diesem Jahr.
Was kostet ein Ernteanteil?
Also mit Bieterverfahren bei uns, wenn man in Mai oder vor Mai einsteigt, wenn danach, da muss man sich anpassen. Ich glaube 84 € durchschnittlich gerade. Und das Spektrum, es war früher 60, 120 €. Ich weiß nicht, wie es aktuell ist. Wir haben schon viele Aufgaben verteilt und vielleicht habe ich am meisten Überblick, aber das ist auch begrenzt. Ja. Wir haben eine Finanz AG, eine Rechtsform AG.
Also eure Mitglieder sind relativ...
Und die sind aktiv, insofern. Wir haben alle Daten und Statistiken, die habe ich jetzt nicht im Kopf, aber ungefähr so. Derjenige oder diejenige, die am meisten zahlt, zahlt sicherlich doppelt so viel wie der oder diejenige, die am wenigsten zahlt.
So I'm here with Diego
Yeah.
from
Hello.
Spergelhof, just in the north of Berlin. And maybe as a start, you can tell us how you got into regenerative agriculture yourself.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but it was just like a working in progress, I think. A big step was last year with Dietmar Neser. I applied to his class. It was the whole season from, I guess, March till the end of the summer, and it was a big improvement here in regenerative agriculture. But I was doing something similar since 2 years, so it's like 3-4 years ago when we started to work with the tilther, with a lot of green manure and ferments, and yeah, we're just growing veggies, so it's a part of the whole agriculture.
So you were growing vegetables already before? And then
Yeah, since 7 years here at this place,
okay.
and after 3 years, I guess we started with this.
Okay.
With this kind of agriculture, yeah,
So you were
regenerative.
first doing organic agriculture here, or was it actually closer to like conventional agriculture?
No, we're trying to do in organic, but it was, without a concept, let's say.
And then you slowly developed
improving.
the concept in your head, and you already had the space available basically where you could implement it then.
Yeah. We had a very small CSA at the beginning with 30 to 40 people, boxes, and then it grew up with the time.
And the location here is something very special. You were already telling us before.
Yeah.
Can you maybe share the history
Share
of
the history.
where we are?
Yeah, actually, before the beginning of the last century, I don't know how it was. Maybe it was a wood, but I guess 1938, Karl Dönitz was a captain of the German army that built this big building. It's just in this direction, 50 meters long and 15 wide, and lived here like in summer and at the end of the war till 45, and then came people with handicaps almost till 2008. Yeah, and we came here 2013. Between 8 and 13 was just empty. Yeah, the neighbor was growing rye and potatoes here, and yeah, grass clover. And then we came, it was a rye field like this high, and we started growing vegetables.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then in 2013 you started farming, and then you directly built up a CSA here?
We started here farming. I was working in other projects before,
Okay.
but we started with the CSA and a small farmer market till December of the first year. 14 was. 13 we started with the fence, and
And
14
how did
was.
you get connected to here? Like how did it happen that you
Yeah, I
were
was
farming
I
before
was
someone else?
working with a farmer. He had sheep and woods and fruits and vegetables and everything, and grains, and he rented this land, and we started together at the beginning. The first season we were together here, and then he left, and yeah, we remained alone. We're just two, me and Mario, the other colleague.
Wow.
Yeah, and now I'm the only one from the beginning.
And now it's like it's a community project that's going on here, right?
Right. Yeah, it's a living project with 15 people living in the house, and 5 of them are working here. Yeah, and we have an association
And,
for the agriculture.
and you are serving 100 packages, basically
Yeah.
100 boxes.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's also
Customers.
your max capacity, which you have at the moment?
At the moment, yeah, we're full. Yeah, more than enough. Let's say. And for the next year, maybe 20 more, something like this. Yeah.
And since you were farming here already for quite a while, and especially I think doing the transition from let's say normal agriculture to regenerative agriculture, what were some things that you observed, like something where you said, "Ooh, we did this very well," or where you said, "Ah, that was a mistake. We should not have done this, and other people should not do this as well."
Yeah. Yeah, I used to. Yeah, maybe it's a bit arrogant, but to put a border, a line between regenerative agriculture and the rest. It could be organic or conventional. Maybe it's wrong, but I started with a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of purposes and goals, and I was coming from the permacultural scene, so it was a bit too naive at the beginning. And yeah, you should start. I guess the biggest failure was to be so naive.
And in what way naive? Can you give an example, maybe?
With too less numbers, yeah, too less projects, too less.
Like people taking care of the land, you mean?
No, not taking care. Like how expensive is this? How much time does it take to have the soil ready? How much time does it take to do this and that?
You underestimated the hours that you need, basically.
The hours and the amount of energy at all. Yeah.
And what was something that took, for example, a lot more energy than you expected? Like, was there something specific, or it's more in general?
No. It's, I guess the specific is the preparation of the soil. Yeah, we worked without a machine at the beginning, without fossil fuels, and it was too less for our purposes, I would say. Now we have a tilter, maybe next year a small tractor. This was, I guess, the first step in becoming a professional enterprise. Yeah.
And so what were some of the steps that you took in preparing the soil, for example?
I guess the EMs was the second step. Yeah, and compost tea. And then mulching. And the last step was getting compost from not doing compost from myself.
Okay.
Yeah, the quality was very bad.
Okay.
And we have of our own compost and too less, and we are getting compost or material from a neighbor. It was also full of weeds, which germinated a lot in the beds. And then we started since 1 year to buy it from the city.
It's interesting. Most people first start buying and then they start making their own compost.
Yeah.
And you started with making your own compost,
Yeah.
and then you go to buy again.
Yeah. Maybe it will be the next step, but at the beginning we were too, let's see,
Inexperienced.
inexperienced, and we wanted to have too much at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. self-made 100%.
Yeah.
It wasn't possible.
No, sometimes
Yeah,
it's
that
too
was the error.
hard. And,
To less realism.
and how do you see the future, like in the next year or the next 3 years? What are some of the future plans that you have for this location?
Yeah, we planted a lot of willows, and in 3 years they will be ready to be cut, and we want to bring them to the soil. So more wood in the soil, and I guess also we want to mulch much more with rye, and this will be the next step, I guess, to put much more material to the soil, to cover the soil. And I guess I learned it like this, that we have the woods and the prairies, and they are the two systems that we have, which have the most amount of humus in the ground. I learned like this, that prairies has at maximum 8% and wood 6%, and it was just thinking in these two worlds. But how is it if we combine them? Then we are growing a prairies in the spring, for example, here, and then we putting all the mulch during the summer. And I guess this will be the next steps. So we have the living materials and also the dead materials on top.
Cool.
Yeah.